What's up everyone on the internet? Thank you for making this video party. I'm so excited to upload this one for you guys because for this video we'll be taking a look at a cartoon that truly was a gemstone back in the 90s, and that is Beast Wars! For those of you who may not know, Beast Wars is a Transformers cartoon where we have Optimus Primal, leader of the Maximals, and Megatron, leader of the Predacons, fight on a primordial Earth where instead of transforming into vehicles, they turn into animals. Now before we go any further, yes, I am aware that Transformers is supposed to be about Autobots and Decepticons transforming into vehicles, but when you watch this show, you can see that the showrunners took their time and did their homework for when it comes to making callbacks and references before we even realize that Beast Wars takes place after the events of the original Transformers series. Because later on the show, we see characters like the original Optimus Prime, Megatron, Starscream, and even Unicron makes a cameo appearance. Anyway, so the show takes place on a primitive Earth where the Maximals and Predacons crash land, and because it's Transformers, it's pretty much standard to see these robots transform, but instead of cars and jets, they turn into animals, which is pretty dang cool. Honestly, this is the Transformers that was meant for me. Seeing Optimus Prime transform into a gorilla and then watching Megatron turn into a T-Rex, I now realize that I had a really good childhood. Speaking of Megatron, one of the things that I really like about the show is how this version of Megatron is played by the legendary David Kaye. Yes! If you watch the show, you'll probably recognize that word as Megatron's catchphrase. I mean, this Megatron has it all. He has that presence of power for when he enters a room that just displays dominance, and I also love how he adds this sort of gentleman-like charm before he declares an attack on his enemies. Yes! One of the other things I also like about the show is how these Transformers turn into their beast modes. Watching them transform is similar to how their toys would transform, so you can say that this show is pretty accurate. Even hearing their little battle cry before they transform is still pretty cool. Aspenator, terrorize! Rat Trap, maximize! Terrorsaur, terrorize! I'm available for voice acting if anybody needs me. Now, one of my favorite characters who had the best overall story arc is actually a Maximal called Dinobot, and he transforms into a raptor. At the beginning of the series, we first find Dinobot fighting for Megatron, but that's mainly because he wants to be the leader of the Predacons. When that doesn't work out, he soon joins Optimus and the Maximals, and even though he's one of them, none of the Maximals trust him. And this goes on for a couple seasons up until the point where he decides to put his life on the line for the human race in an episode called Code Hero, and holy crap, that episode is practically the best one in the entire series. Honestly, watching that episode, it was like watching a Ronin samurai go up against a small band of soldiers carrying machine guns. And even the music is very samurai-like as we watch Dinobot make his last stand against Megatron and the Predacons. Even when we watch Dinobot in his final moments, seeing this character redeem himself after all the selfish things he's done in the past, watching him get an incredible story arc, that just goes to show you that this is really good storytelling. So overall, I really love Beast Wars. I mean, this show was one of the cartoons that defined the 90s, and I pray that one day that Netflix will add it back to its streaming service. And if you are a Transformers fan, I highly recommend you watch this show. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. That was my overall review for Beast Wars. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button so you can get the latest updates from this channel. I'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye-bye.